There are some crazy
simulcasting. This is no different than when they simulcast English-speaking shows to Spanish channels. It's just
no,
word exposure.
well, right now we're going into Bill the Packer fans page. Right now we are in NFC North main event. We are in Mike the Bear fans page right now. We are in the Detroit Lions villain squad page. We are on also the YouTube versions of all three of those pages, as well as Smoking Jeremy B's Biting Kneecaps page. So all of those pages are worthy of a like and a
And I,
follow.
I put you on the NFL news and rumors.
Ooh, NFL news and rumors page. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And I want to hit this right here. The titles are team achievements. Brady didn't win them all alone, but I want to retort to that, and then I'm going to let you hit on it. What I want to
I
say.
do agree he is the GOAT.
I mean, he is the GOAT. And I think that we come to that conclusion that, I mean, I agree with him. He didn't win them all alone. And it seemed like he always had a team around him. But at the end of the day, it's the common denominator that wins that conversation. It's 7 times. It's 7 times.
6 times with Belichick.
Yeah,
and then 1 time with Bruce Arians, a guy he didn't like the entire season or the 2 seasons that he was there. He hated Bruce Arians.
A better player than Jerry Rice. Yes, he is. Jerry Rice has what, 3 championships? Right?
3 or 4.
4 championships?
4 with Joe Montana.
I mean, Jerry Rice is. I mean, I don't want to get into that part of it right there. Right. I'm going to give you that right there. He's not better than Jerry Rice. He ain't better than Jerry Rice. He can never catch a football. He can never win it. You're right, Robert. I'm not even going to try to go there because it doesn't. You don't really need to. You know what I'm saying? So Rob's on here. I don't like Tom Brady because of the Deflategate. Yeah, I mean, there is, criticism coming around, but at the end of the day, I think he sealed the deal when he won a championship with a different team. And I mean, I think that's out. I want to get into NFC North now. So let's get into Dalvin Cook right here.
Bye. See ya.
Is coming to a real city, Chicago. You think he's going to Chicago? Jermaine's got him going to Chicago. What do you think about that?
I think he's going to go take his talents to South Beach.
It's Miami?
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
Miami had a valid trade offer during the draft, and the Vikings turned it down because they couldn't afford the dead cap because they wouldn't have been able to resign their rookies. So they waited till after June 1st, and Adam Schefter broke that news during the draft that, well, there was a trade offer from Miami, but they can't afford to trade him till after June 1st. If nobody makes a trade offer, they'll cut him. It's the same thing that happened when we found out we were waiving Kerryon Johnson to see if teams would make offers.
Sure.
He broke the shit too soon. So everybody said, fine, we'll just sit and wait. They'll cut his ass.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that he will end up getting a pick out of it. I think it's going to be a lower pick than what everyone thinks. I think they're going to get a 5 or a 6 out of it. And our very own Greg Rice, the West Coast stat master, called he called it the do you have any supremely bad takes you want to throw out there? It's like, yeah, Dalvin Cook to Miami. You can check that video out. I'm going to repost that one up there. It is.
If it happens, yes.
Well, it is pre-draft, and I think I'm going to throw that reel back out there just because it shows when Greg Rice called that, and if it does go through, I'm going to post that reel. But there we go. Robert says if titles are what defines that bottom line, then Brady is the GOAT. Yeah, I think that when it gets into 7 titles, you have to define it at that.
Yards in a career. Granted, he's played longer than everybody, so there's that.
And Robert also says nobody wants to go to Chicago.
Stop playing with us.
Oh, thank you, Robert, for your comment, man. Even though there's one thing that Lion fans and Green Bay Packer fans can agree on is that Chicago sucks.
Hey, we call it Chicago for a reason.
Yes,
and he looks like a giant toilet seat.
And thank you for that 10-year lease on Chicago ownership. We appreciate that. Jason Perry says the Bears, the Bear fan base
in the room. I love you, Jason. I just hate that logo.
Oh man, that sucks. I just like ripped on the Bears, and then there's Jason. Hey, Jason, we love you. We can agree with Bear fans that Viking fans suck. Yeah. All right. We are in
agree with
accordance.
every team. Other teams in the division suck, except for ours.
But we are talking about Dalvin Cook right here. What are your thoughts of Dalvin Cook? Where do you think he's going to go? Do you think they're even going to be able to trade him? Is he going to be straight up released, or do they just keep
released?
Huh?
I heard he was released, according to Tom Pelissero.
Oh, is it already done?
It's done. He's gone.
Is it a done deal?
Yeah, he's gone.
You see, right here, when it talks like main event, we're not here about breaking the brand new news right here. So that's cool. Well, let's pretend like we just broke it. Dalvin Cook released?
We've been talking about it in the main event chat all morning. If you
well, I've been working all morning. I've been. No, Dalvin Cook released. I thought that there was still a chance that that he could get traded, but no, it's final. Who do you think's going to pick him up? You think they're just going to pick him up in Miami?
Yeah, Miami. Another team that has the cap space that could do it, and I think it would bolster their room greatly, and it would make them the favorite in the NFC South. Carolina Panthers.
Ooh, I like that one. They just Foreman went to Chicago.
Yep, they picked up a guy in the draft, but if they picked up Cook to be a three-headed monster.
It says.
Oh, he's a go on Friday. Okay, he's been waived. Well, that's essentially cut. He'll go back to the team, and then they'll cut him because it saves cap after June 1st. That's what it is.
Well, if he's waived, doesn't waiver priority play into that fact? Don't the highest waiver priority guys get the first crack?
Carolina, Chicago, Texans. Texans don't need him though with what they got.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting.
Arizona might grab him.
I'm sure David Pike will throw something out there about the waiver priority thing right there. Not quite yet, fellas. So Rob says he will be released Friday if he's traded today. If he's not traded today, so that's what I thought. There still is. I mean, last hope. I mean, they're trying to throw the Hail Mary trade dart out there right now. That just means that the value of the trade, if it does happen. What?
Oh, we got talking about Minnesota again. I started falling asleep.
Oh man. Hey.
And now they're fielding trade offers on Danielle Hunter.
Wait a minute. You don't think that Dalvin Cook going to a different team is interesting? You would actually fall asleep in that? I know you want to be a troll, but
yeah, I'm just trolling. I'm just trolling. This is great news. Hey.
You like that?
Top 10 running back when he's on the field leaving the division? Man, fantastic.
Please leave the division. Don't go to Chicago. Don't go to Chicago, Dalvin Cook.
I mean, they are first on the waiver wire for a reason.
Is Chicago first on waiver wire? Then he don't have a choice if they're willing to pay the money.
And the draft compensation.
Yeah, what is the draft compensation for that? Do you know?
First round pick. He's an all-pro. You told me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Robert. Robert says that element. He's laughing right now because that's false hope. He's gone. I want to see him out of the NFC North, and I know that you can agree with that too, Robert, because I do believe that makes your running backs, Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon on paper is the best running backs in this division. So congratulations on that. Not really. We don't want him. Jason don't want him. You don't want him?
One of your Bears fans does. He said, he's coming to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want him. You don't got anybody on your team that's anywhere near as good as Dalvin Cook.
They got that guy.
Dalvin Cook's a top 5 running back. I don't care. Like, I mean, it is.
He isn't available all the time. That's why he drops into 5 to 10, 6 to 10.
Sure. I mean, but the thing is, every running back is at risk of injury because that's the nature of the running back position in the NFL. And every single running back can get hurt in training camp, you know, in OTAs. They can get dinged up, and it's
Well,
just.
I like this. Rob Curvo says Cook's injury prone. That's playing a part in his release. His first season without an injury was last year. Actually, if you actually pay attention to the snap counts, he had injuries. There was an injury when he had the fumble in the Lions game in the first one when he fumbled one to Aiden Hudson.
Yeah, you're paying top dollar for a running back that has a ton of miles, and you have to take that into consideration. But the talent level
is great.
He's unbelievable, and as long as you don't treat him like Minnesota did and run him like 900 times in one season, like
382.
Oh yeah, but that's a lot of carries, man. That's a lot of damage when you're talking
by 17 people. That's almost 25 carries a game.
He had, I mean, how many years has he been in the league?
A while.
Yeah, I mean, he's already on a contract, and then he got re-upped.
And
you know, running backs don't last as long.
Carolina is perfect for Cook because he doesn't have to be the bell cow.
Right. He can't go be a bell cow, but that talent. That's one of the reasons I love the Lions picked up David Montgomery, and then they doubled down on the running back and Jahmyr Gibbs, because you ain't going to have to beat the crap out of Jahmyr Gibbs. You can put him out there all over the place, and David Montgomery can be the bell cow and carry. But you don't want to put miles on these very talented, stalwart running backs.
Let's talk about David Montgomery. Jamez comes in and says, "Oh, you guys paid David Montgomery and think he's going to be good."
Why wouldn't David Montgomery be good?
I sit there and said, wait a minute. You're talking about the guy that had the most missed tackles last year, when 90% of those tackles were behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith in David Montgomery and the way that they're going to use
him. I think David Montgomery is going to thrive here as long as he stays healthy. He has had some health concerns, so let's be real about it.
And Rob chimes in here too. Detroit did the same thing to Barry Sanders. Yeah, they ran the crap out of him. They ran him and ran him and ran him and ran him.
Well, Rob, if you actually read Barry Sanders' book, there's a lot more to that retirement than just that. Number one, he wanted Matt Millen to be a head coach, not a GM. Number two,
okay, we're not getting
Bobby Ross. I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the the side stories of why Barry. The thing is, it's the same thing that they did to Barry is what they do to these top end running backs is they run them to death, and then at the end of their career, this is kind of what happens. I do still think that Dalvin Cook has got some good tread on that tires. I do believe that David Montgomery got some good tread left. Actually, he's only 26 years old. He's younger, isn't he?
26, 27.
Yeah, I like the David Montgomery thing, and they don't have to beat the crap out of him. They're going to be able to give him a timeshare, and he pass protects well. Was that where did Jamez? I didn't even see Jamez. I'm looking.
He wasn't in those comments. He was on the chat talking shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were in the boom room.
Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Hey, he thinks that the running backs that they have now, they have more talent now than it was addition by subtraction.
I am a Dwayne McBride fan. I called it first. I think he may end up overtaking RB1 there.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine, but I mean, it's Dalvin Cook. I mean, this guy had been a top 5 back, at least fantasy wise. I had him on my fantasy football team.
Yeah, I mean, we got to stop putting so much credit into fantasy points, because fantasy points doesn't always equal team wins.
Well, it doesn't. None of this equals team win. I'm just talking about talent of running back. None of it.
But fantasy value and actual NFL value are two different things.
Oh, I know that. I'm
the top 10 back in the NFL. And he's on the.
I feel like I'm in the principal's office right now, man.
Yeah, I'm taking
yeah, I mean, Dalvin Cook can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's extremely useful as a weapon. I mean, Montgomery's a different dude. I mean, we're not going to use him like a bell cow or anything like that. He's only 26 years old. That's what Rob says.
Yeah,
right there.
It's turning 27. That's what I said.
So Dalvin Cook leaves the NFC North, then that does make Aaron Jones the best running back in the North, doesn't it? At that point,
Until we see Jahmyr Gibbs, yes.
yeah. I really don't think that he's going to show up like he ain't going to show up like a running back, man.
Come on, I was just throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, all of our rookies are going to be, all
I
pros.
know, Robert. I understand. Fantasy points say the guy scores a lot, and Aaron Jones is the top back. We're right. I know. I never said he wasn't.
Yep. And
until we see David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs behind this O line, we don't know.
You don't take it personal. These guys are just chiming in. I like that, Robert. We got Rob and Robert. So Rob is the Bear fan, right? Or no, Jason's the Bear fan.
Yep. And now
Rob is a Lions fan.
Valid question, and I'm going to address it right now. How is this going to affect Jefferson? It's going to affect him a lot, because why is he in single coverage all the time? When Dalvin Cook is on the field, there is 8 men in the box, which means single coverage. Now teams don't have to do that. Khalil Herbert is decent, but guess what? He's just okay.
Oh, Rob's a Packer fan, man. I'm insulting people all over the place, man. I'm sorry about that, man.
Well, that means Jefferson will be able to be double covered. They don't have to focus on one guy at a time now out of the receiving room, because Dalvin Cook's not on the field.
Well, don't forget that they have TJ Hawkinson over there, who is still a top 10 tight end, even if we don't like him from Detroit.
As long as you don't include his blocking stats. His blocking stats makes him.
And they also, I wasn't finished. They also just drafted Jordan Addison in the first round, who was one of the top 3 rated wide receivers coming out of the draft. So if I'm a Viking fan, I'm thinking that is an ample replacement for Adam Thielen, maybe a younger, but he is only 178 pounds soaking wet. So yeah, there's a question mark there. But what I'm saying is, you ain't just going to be able to, stick 4 guys on Jefferson now.
They have the window of wins for the Vikings this year at 6-9.
6-9 wins. Okay. I mean,
and the reason why I
think it's going to be closer to 6.
And I understand, and you can have what you want, but last year they were the division winner. They have a potent offense.
You like that?
Which can still win them games with or without. Yep. So if you take that, and they have a young and experienced defense, which takes time to grow, as we saw last year.
Right.
We were the youngest defense last year.
They don't have a lot of talent on defense either, so you're going to have to.
No, they got a lot of inexperience. They could be talented. They're question marks.
Well, okay. Well, that's 32 NFL rosters think that they have talent. So I'm just going to look at it like they don't have talent. They don't have known talent. I'm not going to create a bunch of speculations and a bunch of 7th round guys and like take that serious yet until I see it. Right. Now, where's your known talent? Yeah, I think they're a 6-win team, especially if they trade Hunter.
Yeah, if they trade Hunter, then my expectations are going to drop. It's going to be the same that I expect for Chicago. They're much improved, but I'd see them both as 5 to 8 win teams.
What's the name of this live? We're calling it the phone session, the NFC North open mic. I've been just coming live. This is a Monday night thing. We usually do it every Monday at 7 p.m. But Russell Wayne has decided to go live every day to see if we can find some football fans out here that want to, maybe talk a little bit.
This is a guy from my channel, Cake Man 1218. Our defense will eat up them clowns. The Falcons aren't even a real team. Laughing my ass off. Not all 32 teams are real.
Yeah. Our defense will eat up them clowns. Who's your defense? If you can throw that.
He's from my channel.
Oh, okay. So our defense will eat up them clowns. Yeah. I mean, the Lions have a lot to be optimistic because of the proven talent, right? There's proven talent that are 1st and 2nd year guys that are going to be going into another year of progression. We got guys that are getting better, and we're loaded were loaded on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Cake Man 1218 comes in. And
Vikings
says,
are
"Lions,
frauds.
baby."
Vikings were frauds when they won the division. I mean, you got to give them credit for winning the division because they did do it.
Yeah,
But I
that's
thought
what I'm giving them the credit on. And that offense is good.
they're a fraudulent. They're a fraudulent division winner.
Hey, I called it when I saw it. I said,
Yeah.
"What? They're going to have a first-round exit in the playoffs." You know why? Because they are the most fraudulent division winners since the 2020
To a,
Steelers.
to a team that the Lions beat the crap out of. That was the emergence of Aleem McNeil with 11 pressures in that game. Lions, baby. Yeah, Lions Nation in the house. I'm loving it. When I joined yesterday, I thought it would be Bear fans, not Lions fans. Hey,
You're more than welcome to join the show.
Hey, we're NFC North. We and even though I'm a Lions fan, I am objective to the Lions. I usually don't allow too much of the straight homerism. You guys are going to come and say we're going to win 15, 18 wins. Like, I don't know about that. We did have a better year than we did under the first year, Dan Campbell, but I'm not going to jump up and down about 9 wins and missing the playoffs. So
Robert Bertana, yes. If there is not at least 10 wins this season, it is an utter failure.
Well, yeah, because we had 9 wins last year. So you have to improve your win total year to year. I think that we're just in a point right now. If you're a Lion fan, I think that we're at a point right now where you just got to expect that this team that is young and it's going to compete for the next 4 or 5 years. And it's just, we're going to have a crack at the title. We're going to have a crack at the strap for the next 5 years.
Cake Man 1218. The Lions have not won a preseason game in so long. It would be awesome to get one and improve ourselves. You know what? I don't care about preseason games. The last time
we can lose all our preseason games.
The last time we swept the preseason, do you know what happened to our beloved Lions? We went 0-16.
You've had enough of that shit.
Ron and Ellie.
You've had enough of that shit.
And we have. As Lions fans, we became kind of numb. We have coined this phrase here at the main event called PTSOL, where it's the post-traumatic same old Lions. Now, when you're a Lion fan and you're watching the game at the end of the game, and Jeremy, you can relate to this. You're at the end of the game and you're up, right? And you're driving down the field and you're like feeling good. You're high-fiving your friends and stuff. And then it gets to 3rd down and then it's 4th down and you're going and you're punting the ball. And when you punt that ball and you know the other team has a chance to win, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it creeps in. That's what we call it. It's PTSOL. Post-traumatic, same old Lions, because what's going to happen? Oh no, Aaron Rodgers is going to get the ball. He's going to come down. He's going to beat us in the last second.
I adopted what my nephew said on Friday. I call it LPTSD, Lions Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder.
Post-traumatic same old Lions.
Yeah, either way, either the L in front or the SOL on the end, it's the same disorder.
Right on, man.
But you know what I am tired of? I'm tired of the same old Lions.
Word, guys, word.
Comment. You know, because what I saw last year was a team that didn't give up, even though they knew they weren't in the playoffs. And what they did on that Sunday night in Week 18 in Lambeau, that was amazing. I don't care what anybody says.
It was amazing. I got to watch Aiden Hutchinson do a Lambeau leap. That was amazing. That was amazing.
That being said, that showed me something that allows some things to carry over.
Oh man. I mean, here we go. Can we expect the Lions to make a run in the playoffs this year? You know what?
If they make it, I all bets are off. They can do something. They have the team. Look at what all the NFL experts were saying at the end of the season last year. If the Lions get into the playoffs, they're the scariest team in the NFL right now. That was said on 8 different shows across 4 different networks.
PTSOL. That's exactly right, guys. Can I expect the Lions to make a run in the playoffs? No, I can't, because I've never seen them make a run in the playoffs before. So I'll have to believe it. As I'm witnessing it, I'm just going to I'm just going to savor the moment, and I'm going to remember what it feels like to win a playoff game. You know, I was like in 91, I was like 13 or something like that. I was just a young little Lions loving tadpole.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Williams, you know it. That's how I was watching that Tucker kick. Everybody in Ford Field thought that kick was short.
Oh yeah, and then it hit the upright, and then
hit the crossbar and bounced in.
And bounced.
Oh my God!
Yep.
You heard the whole. As soon as it hit the crossbar, you heard
that
everybody in that crowd just go.
So come on. So you don't think that right there? That is a 100% contributor to the PTSOL. That's why we feel those ways, because people just seem to, and teams seem to do miraculous things against the Detroit Lions.
I love Robert Bertana, because that's the way we feel. The NFC North is up for grabs. Good luck to you all, but FYT, fuck your teams.
Yeah, I like that, and I don't think it's up for grabs. I think that you can bring that, Robert. I think that your team has more to answer than my team does, because our secondary was atrocious last year, and my general manager went out and got some things done and got 3 very, very high end players to put in the back of that secondary. So I think that he did more than put a Band-Aid on a problem. And then our rookie class had 20.5 sacks, which is the most sacks in NFL history. So I think the future is bright. I think the future is bright in Detroit.
But you know what else we had last year?
What else did we have?
Pressures in the NFL, period. The most QB pressures in the NFL, period. We weren't the sack leader overall. That was Philly. But we had more pressures than Philly or San Francisco.
So think of the insanity of this. So we're, as a Lions fan, we are expected to win a division that we've never won before in the history.
It changed names. Stop it.
No, we don't get. No, I'm not going to stop it. We've never won the NFC North. We won the NFC Central.
I know.
We have never won the NFC North. You know who else has won the NFC Central?
Tampa Bay.
And they won a Super Bowl, and they're in a different division now. We need to win the NFC North for the first time in franchise history. And it's funny that we are confident. I think as a Packer fan, they have to laugh at us.
I know they're laughing at us. You know what?
No, I would be too, but I would also be scared, because if you're actually a football fan and you've looked at what the Lions have done, I'd be frightened if I was any team. I'd be frightened if I was the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're too busy celebrating right now. But that might be their detriment. That might be.
Ooh, somebody is smoking some big crack this morning.
The Lions never won the North, Robert. I
know. I know. I don't care. I don't care. Past is the past. It's over.
Hakuna Matata.
What
a wonderful phrase.
Please put down the hopium pipe. You sound like Lions fans after we hired Matt Patricia.
What?
Rajneesh Omar. Bears over everybody. 14-3. Fuck your teams.
Wow. Where did that? Is that on yours?
It's on your comment.
I got the hopium. Where's the hopium at?
No, I said the hopium is in that comment. He's got to put down that hopium pipe.
What did he say?
Bears over everybody. Hashtag 14-3. Hashtag fuck your teams.
Okay. So right there, we have that, and that's fine. We invite all opinions on here, especially the bad ones. And yeah,
I heard the lighter fire up as he typed.
So I'm just gonna call him. It's all. You don't have to make fun of the guy. He thinks his team's gonna be good. So Omar thinks that the Bears are gonna go 14-3 this year. What do you think of? I'm not gonna try to pronounce his first name. But I'm just going to call him Omar.
Omar, that Rajneesh.
Rajneesh. What do you think of Rajneesh's comment right there? 14-3 for the Chicago Bears.
Robert Bertana echoes my statement. Bears fans are the biggest Nostra dumbasses in the world.
Nobody is scared until you do it. Well, the hard facts are we did do it. We beat you twice last year, and you guys have all the if we beat you twice again this year, then what does a Green Bay fan say? I mean, we won in 1967. Like, I mean, I don't care anymore. I'm about relevance of right now and what has happened and what is Green Bay versus Dan Campbell. You're 1-3. So that's the cold hard facts. So we got Wags 18. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Bill Vogel.
Bear fans are the biggest Nestor dumbasses in the world.
They are.
Your boy says forward down the field. All right. So
Stop playing with us.
So this has been an interesting conversation today. I really like the running back conversation, and we did hit a little bit on Tom Brady being the greatest quarterback of all time. And if you want to dispute that, I want you to be able to dispute that here. I think it's a slam dunk. It's over. When he won in Tampa Bay, there was no more question. Like, you can't. He better than Montana, better than Terry Bradshaw. Better than Steve Young, better than Aaron Rodgers, better than John Elway.
Darian West says anyone saying the Bears will win 14 games is on something.
Okay. So, hey, the hopium is flowing deep in the city of Chicago right here. But what is the scary? Let's talk about the dynamic of why are Bear fans so excited about this team? I mean,
because
what if let's play Doctor Strange here for a minute.
I'm going to watch. Last year, the Jacksonville Jaguars had the most cap room and did exactly what the Bears did. Spent the most money in the NFL in the offseason, and lo and behold, we're a division-winning wild card team. Remember this. They weren't a 1 seed. They weren't a 2 seed. So going from 3 wins to 14 wins, you're asking an awful lot and asking for an awful lot of failure in your heart.
All right, so that wasn't where I was going with the Doctor Strange thing. So I'm going to play Doctor Strange here.
Okay.
And this is a world. What is this world that we're all of a sudden going to where it's like, how many times does this happen out of 18,247,181 times? This happens once right here. And this happens when Justin Fields, maybe he becomes him. Maybe he does figure out how to play that, play the pass versus the run, and then he becomes him and becomes one of these top 5 quarterbacks.
So
maybe
Tom Tupa takes over his brain and he learns how to throw a football with good QB decisions.
Maybe he starts making good quarterback decisions. Maybe him and DJ Moore get some kind of a chemistry together. That's what Bear fan is hoping on. Like, I don't want to just say that this guy's smoking, a bunch of stuff, because if I'm looking at the team, they brought in a whole plethora of talent on both sides of the ball, even in the depth part. So they had all the money in the world. They were in there like Rockefeller. They were like Oprah, giving you can come in. Yeah, everybody gets a contract. And they signed a bunch of people. It's a completely different team. That doesn't mean that they're going to gel. I don't buy it. I think that they could improve their team by, 4 or 5 wins. Maybe they could win 6, 7, maybe even 8 games if everything's snapping right. And if I'm a Bear fan, I'm happy with that. Right. To go from 3 wins to 8, 9 wins, like, I'm a Lion fan. I just did it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good with the progression. No, I'm not happy I missed the playoffs. I'm not jumping up and down thinking I'm the best team in the NFL. I think my team can be the best team in the NFL, but
there's a big difference there.
There's a big difference right there. I got them at 10 or 11. I think that they can be 12, 13 if everything goes right for the Lions. I think that Bears top out at 8 wins. I
said that too.
So and here's something a Lion fan doesn't want to hear, but Love has the same thing. If Love can play well, then that team was pretty good on defense. So I see them topping out at 10,
I
11
would
wins.
differ with you. They were 31st in the run, the Packers defense was. They were also 21st in scoring. They were 27th in defense overall. The Lions were 28th in defense overall after being historically bad through the 7 weeks. We were 32nd in the run, which we did a lot in this draft to fix that problem.
Okay, so right there, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth because you're giving the Lions the pass on it, saying, "Oh wow, the
No, I'm not. No.
the stats don't say what isn't telling the story because the Lions are not the 28th best defense in the league. They're more like in the middle of the pack. The Green Bay Packers are not the 21st ranked defense in the league, like the stats say. They're more like middle of the pack. They have 8 first-round picks that are going to be on that defense. So if they don't have a good defense, then they need to fire their defensive coordinator because they have the talent to be a top 10 defense.
I understand they have the talent. They're not.
Robert seems to say at least 10 wins. You see, that's good. That's good Green Bay homerism right there. I expect Green Bay homerism to come in and say that because you want your quarterback to be good. You ain't winning 10 games unless Love is a good quarterback. I'm telling you that right now. Your defense is going to be able to bail you out of all of that. But if Love plays well, I could see that Green Bay team winning 10, 11 games.
And Rob Trevo says Barry sucks and needs to be fired. And he's talking about his defensive coordinator there.
Yeah. And that's what you really need to be talking about, Green Bay fan, is you do have Quezzy's been pulling miracles out for you. He got way more out of that Aaron Rodgers trade than I could have ever expected, than you could have ever really expected.
Quezzy's in Minnesota.
What's that?
Quezzy's in Minnesota.
Did I say?
You said Quezzy.
Gutekunst. Yes, I meant Gutekunst. Gutekunst was working miracles. Quezzy can't do anything right. I mean, if I'm a Minnesota fan, I want Quezzy as far away from my team as I can get him.
At least far away from the trade.
I want to take my punter and punt him right out of Minnesota because Quezzy's just. I'm still dumbfounded. I don't see them winning more than 6 or 7 games next year unless like somehow a whole bunch of no-name guys all gel and be great on defense.
The only thing I expect is that they'll be better by scheme on defense. And the only reason why I say that is Brian Flores has never failed as a defensive coordinator.
Well, he's the 31st ranked defense, so it's going to be hard to be worse. But I mean,
I'm just saying by scheme, it should be better, but I'm not saying they're going to have a good year.
Top 5 defense. You know, when you get Eric Stokes back, I might be able to buy into some of that. I mean, I like what Green Bay has done defensively, like through the draft. I really like what Gutekunst has done. I mean, you've set yourself up to, you don't trust Jordan Love. I'm telling you that right now. You don't extend a guy and give him less money than a 5th-year option if you believe in him. So you don't trust Jordan Love. You've shown that publicly. And, but you put yourself in a win-win situation because if it doesn't work out with Jordan Love, you got 2 first-round draft picks and then you can move up and, get your guy of the future. Or maybe Clifford will just beat Jordan Love out for the job straight up.
I've heard Clifford
Stop playing with us.
OTAs. So there's a chance that might happen.
What, that he might lose that job? Oh, Clifford's I liked him at Penn State. That dude was poised Michigan was playing really good defense. Ohio State had a really good defense, and he hung in both of those games and was able to play well. And he plays well in big moments, like where it matters, where everything's on the line. I like that in Clifford. So I wouldn't be surprising. I mean, Jordan Love hasn't shown me much in the short period of time. I mean, he did pick through a prevent defense on Philadelphia, but he is unproven. But it wouldn't surprise me if Clifford is outperforming Love in the OTAs and maybe picking up stuff better. Because I think you got yourself a good quarterback right there. He'll at least serve as a good backup, but man, maybe he'll even challenge for the starter job. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Love is unproven says we have players on defense. Who cares? Whose careers are being destroyed because Barry won't use all the talent that we have correctly. I mean, I could agree with that because it seems like every year that Aaron Rodgers wanted a wide receiver, you drafted another pass rusher. So you guys should be loaded. That Hercules, that Van Ness, I mean, really any defensive player that comes from Iowa is good. I mean, and Van Ness is I mean, he's a little unproven, a little more raw of a prospect, but I mean, he won with power. So with NFL coaching, if they can unlock that. I like that. I like that for them. I don't like it against my team, but I do believe the Detroit Lions offensive line can stand up against any of these defensive lines in the NFC North. I mean, you guys got to prove it to the Lions. You got to get past Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker, and then maybe worry about getting to Goff. But top 5 defense, lots of confidence. I love that all of the teams are represented. I mean, I would figure that Minnesota would be in witness protection because, you know, I wouldn't be happy with what Minnesota has done if I was a Minnesota fan, but apparently they think that losing Dalvin Cook is an upgrade because of Dwayne McBride. Okay. You can believe that. We're going to test that theory. Packers definitely going to be nasty. See, the thing that I mean, Packers versus Bears, week 1. I mean, Bears are pumping out their chests. They're thinking they're going to come in and smoke them Packers week 1. You know, is this going to be the Justin Fields coming out party right here? Is he going to surprise everybody? Is Justin Fields going to come out and be a top 5 quarterback like all these Bear fans are saying? They're going to come out and smoke them Packers? I don't think so. I mean, the Packers lost Aaron Rodgers. Does he play defense? No. Aaron Rodgers doesn't play defense. Justin Fields couldn't do anything against that Packers defense last year. I don't know what makes you think anything's going to be different. You think DJ Moore? Is it DJ Moore? Is that going to be all the difference in the world? Nate Davis? You got DJ Moore and Nate Davis now, so everything now you're a top 5 offense, right? I think you might be overselling that a little bit. I think he does make it better, but I think that the Packers win week 1. I think it's too early. Packers have an established defense, and they couldn't do anything against that defense last year. They have Justin Fields' number defensively. Aaron Rodgers doesn't play defense. So Jordan Love is unproven, but they got that running game. They still got that running game. Aaron Jones is a bona fide ball carrier that you have to worry about.
I mean, right now, let's rank the running back rooms. You got the Packers at 1, the Lions at 2.
Oh wait, I said he's the best running back. Let's rank these rooms. I like that. So go ahead.
Lions. I think it's Bears Vikings now.
Bears. They got Herbert, Foreman,
and
they Roschon Johnson.
Yeah, Roschon Johnson.
Roschon Johnson. That's a good solid rotation room right there. And then the Vikings are definitely on the bottom now. If they're out with Cook. I mean, I put zero stock into Dwayne McBride right now. He's a 7th round rookie until he's just a 7th round rookie. It's the same thing with Roschon. Same thing with Roschon Johnson. I mean, I think that adds good depth if it's like the 3rd running back. But if you're counting on that, they got Herbert, they got Foreman. That's better than Madison and
All I gotta say
whatever else to hit.
Wayne McBride this preseason.
But Gibbs Montgomery, I think Gibbs Montgomery is better than Jones and will be better than Jones and Dillon.
Gibbs is an unproven, so I can't say that.
Well,
Jones,
I think Aaron Jones is the best running back, but I think that AJ Dillon's not good. I think that he's okay. He would be number 3 running back on a lot of teams. He's all right
at the end of the year.
I mean, when I saw Derek Barnes stand him up at the goal line, that's it, man. I was just like, yeah, that's what you hired him for, and he's not that if you can't get in there. So Aaron Jones,
our best white linebacker during that stretch.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is better than David Montgomery, but I think that if you're really just looking at it, and it's like, yeah, he is a rookie, he's unproven, but I mean, look at it: Jahmyr Gibbs versus AJ Dillon,
and AJ Dillon's proven. So
okay,
I give him the edge. That's why I put them at
okay.
1.
So we got as a collective, because I'll agree with that. I got to give you that one right there. So we got the Green Bay Packers at number 1 with AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. We got the Lions at number 2, Montgomery and Gibbs. We'd put the Bears at number 3 with Herbert and Foreman and Roschon, and the Vikings are the Vikings, man. You're getting rid of talent. You got unproven. I don't even know who their second one is. Boone? Is it Boone?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah. I mean, if you're putting hope into that, good for you. Good luck with that.
Is her Alex Madison.
It's like, I hate to say it, but I picked the Bears 21-17 to win over my Packers. Book it. Okay.
In week 1,
right.
I said the same thing because young defenses start slow. Bears have a young defense. They're going to give up points, but I think offensively they might be a little better off.
Yeah, but when I look at the Packers defense, at least their defense, like they're returning their guys, so they didn't have an answer. That offense didn't have an answer for the Green Bay defense last year. They completely shut down Justin Fields. Now, offensively, it's kind of like, I don't even know what.
We don't know what they are, but they look improved.
But I know that they'll be able to run the ball against that Bears defense.
Well, yeah,
so
they got the best running back in the North on there throwing the ball.
Right. They got the best running back in the North throwing the ball. That's a good one. That was good. That was good. You got to read between the lines with Smoke and Jeremy B. Oh my gosh. So if you haven't had a chance,
running back that can throw the ball in the league.
So if you haven't had a chance to like the page yet, and I wanted to go through all these right here. We got the NFC North main event. Bill, the Packer fan, is our resident Packer fan. Mike, the Bear fan. If you're a Bear fan, go follow his stuff. There's great Bear content. We represent the Detroit Lions villain squad and biting kneecaps with Smoking Jeremy B. And there's also YouTube versions of all that stuff that you can, tie it to. So make sure you go follow these pages because we love doing this, man. We come up here and, this is the avid football fan. I am closing us out right here, by the way. I know I'm a little bit early, but better than late. So, so make sure you go follow all those pages. We appreciate all the support, especially when you are commenting in the comments. And Jeremy's teaching me how to be a lot better at minding these people that are in the comments and making sure that we get to all of them. If you ever want to jump on the show, I do throw the links in there and you can come on here and talk some football with us. We know that the casual fan tunes out, and it is June right now, and we appreciate you for being a hardcore football fan with us. So for Smoking Jeremy B, and I am Russell Wayne. This is the main event 365. God bless you. And one pride.
Get to check out SouthFloridaTribune.com to see my writings for the Motor City Tribune.
Boom. One pride.
One pride.
gangsta.